What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now Plus. I'm Alex. In this video, I want to talk a little bit about this rumored Xbox showcase. Now, on the main channel, I talked about kind of the lead up that I do think it's going to get announced this week. And since that video's actually gone up, the rumor is that the date is actually going to be January 25th. They say it's subject to change, right? The rumor, Cord and all that. But it does seem like they're going to announce it this week. And then it's not going to happen this week. It's going to happen, quite a while actually after this week. Well, 2 weeks away. Not too bad. I want to focus pretty heavily on the rumored part of Starfield and that it's not going to be there. And I'm not doing this to make it seem like, a big L, like, oh man, they massively lost this. Because ultimately, I think a kind of show like this, the rumor of what this show is, I think is totally fine. It's something that I think they need to do more of. The rumor is they're going to do more of these. So it's all good. All of that stuff is good. The interest, it's actually more like maybe even interesting than necessarily bad. But I do find it interesting that you're not going to show, and the rumor is, right, so where do I get this from? In the kind of printout of, it's going to show Redfall, it's going to show a ZeniMax, right, games and all that. They also say at the end that Starfield most likely would not be there, and the rumor with that is that Starfield would miss that, but then would be part of a bigger marketing push down the road for its own release. Now, I've seen some people talking about this online. I do agree with the general, what people are saying. They at least, I think, should say in the show when you can expect a rough timeline of when you can expect to see Starfield, or just telling people you will see Starfield at the next one of these, or, we're going to do another one later on. Whatever you have to say, I think you have to say it. I think you have to say, okay, Starfield, if it's not here, it's somewhere else. Again, not focusing too much on it, like the entire thing is now unnecessary and it's garbage, right? No Starfield, no show. I'm sure there are some people like that, and you're free to think whatever you want. Starfield is the biggest one. To me, Starfield not being there almost solidifies it's definitely not coming until my prediction, if it is coming in the first half of the year, which it does seem kind of likely, would be June, which is literally the last month you could possibly come out of the first half of the year. I'm really going to stick with that, and this kind of just makes it even more powerful to me, because like Redfall is supposed to be at this show. So if Redfall is there, it gets a date, most likely, April, May, right? Or like maybe early access April, game comes out in May, you would show that. And then if you're saying, and the show at the end of January, so even if the next show is in like March, March, you say that Starfield comes out in June and you start the rollout then. Something like that, right? Something like that. I think that would work. So it is a little odd that it's a more kind of sit down, more deep dive into some of these studios, some of these games, but it's not like they're the most indie of, they have done that kind of before, but it's not like these are the most indie of indie games. Like Redfall is going to be there, right? I think even maybe a Forza Motorsport would be there. So like these are pretty big. These are kind of the closest upcoming games, let's say, that Xbox has. And for Starfield to not be there, maybe you think of it as if Starfield is there, it takes away from all the other games, which in a sense, if you have Starfield and then you have like Redfall, I think a lot of people side with Starfield. Maybe you wouldn't care about Redfall, so maybe it's like an order thing. But, again, overall, the show sounds cool. I'm very, very excited for it. I'm excited for tomorrow, Wednesday, Thursday, one of those 3 days when they, inevitably announce the thing is real. I'm very excited for that. Not having Starfield is odd. It's not the biggest L in the world. However, to me, it signals more if you thought this game was coming before June, let's say. If you thought this game was coming before June, I think that kind of squashes it. If you believe that rumor, if you believe it's not going to be there. Because again, if it's not going to be there, the show's at the end of January, you're showing games that probably come out March, April, May, right? The latest is May. And if Starfield's not part of that, that means it's not coming out in May. Next month would be June, and like I said, I still think it's possible it could get pushed into like the summer or the early fall. It doesn't seem like that, and that's a good thing. Like, I'm not rooting for this game to get delayed. I just, of all the games I think that could be pushed, Diablo 4, Starfield, like there's a couple that I think could be moved. But the good news is it doesn't seem like it. So it seems like June probably is that month that Starfield comes out. So a little longer we have to wait for it. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. Make sure you guys are subscribed, bell icon turned on, and I'll see you all on the next one.